Alright, let's get into it. Old patch. Evil campaign. Medium difficulty. Go! The first mission is extremely boring because all we can do is just build up our forces. There's only one single interesting thing on the way there. Turn on the health bars. And we have to wait ages for everything to get together, but there's no way to speed it up.
Yes, my lord.
Oops, should have peeled those units off to finish that sooner, since construction with multiple workers is only slightly more efficient. That is absolutely time loss. That should be okay. We're actually going to tell our units to mine that without building a foundry on it, because we don't have the ore. We normally want 4 to 5 workers per deposit. 4 is slightly too few and 5 is slightly too overkill. And adding any more beyond 5 doesn't increase the rate at which you get resources from it, so it's pointless.
Construction is complete. An objective has been completed. By Sauron's will. I crave blood. I am here, master. Target practice.
So the units we're predominantly going to be using are Orc Bowmen, because ranged units are very strong in this game due to just melee unit pathfinding misbehaving. And Goblin Spearmen, which we're using because they're cheap. They are decent combatants, but we're mostly just be using them because they're a lot cheaper than Orc Slashers at 65 food, and Goblin Spearmen are only 35 food. So we have minimal reason to bother with anything else. Since our objective is to get some workers across the maze, we're going to put them in a control group so I can come back to them easier. I know, that's why one's being built right now. And then start spamming Goblin Spearmen. Going to put the rally point on the Slave Masters, so...
I crave blood. Move out. Something to stab. Target practice.
We are going to need...
Something to stab. Yes, as you command.
Here come our first units, and the counter system is why these Orc Bowmen are taking so much damage, because they are piercing and rangers are cutting. However, as you can see, this is why we pick melee units. They're just kind of running around in circles chasing her. And they finally took him down, but not without being stabbed by everything else we have. The depopulation means we can start advancing cautiously.
And obey. At your mercy. Something to stab. What is it? A pile of as you command. Target.
Yes, I know it's running low because I was mining it.
And obey. Moving. Something to stab. I'm ready. I smell prey. I hear and obey. Sir. Target practice.
And again, usually what we want to do is the first unit that kind of gets into battle, we want to run it away so that the enemy will run around chasing it. Didn't do a great job that time. And units will also slowly regenerate lost health over time when they're not running and not in combat. Which is a good reason to protect them, because it means they might come back at full health later. And also, of course, units at low health can still attack. There will be a few rangers coming to say hello. And again, we're just going to try and run as many of them through as much as possible. Didn't quite do a great job there, but did a good enough job. Come on, come on, come on. No. I'm trying to get them to place a war post, which is very finicky but will knock back all enemy units.
What is it? I want flesh.
Is the enemy near?
I go. I'm off.
Something to stab.
Target practice. I crave blood. I hear and obey.
So now that it's about this time, we'll grab some workers.
Yes, master.
Moving. As you command. Target practice.
More slave masters.
Moving.
I tire of waiting.
And we're going to pop off here because there's going to be a place of power, which is a capturable thingy-majig that is going to give us units a lovely amount of extra attack. And we're just going to run these units way over there.
Make them bleed. Your troops are under attack.
And we're just going to run these units far, far away.
Without fear.
Who knows where they're running to? You lot need to hurry up.
Target practice.
There we go. And knocking back units. It's not very effective, but since we kind of don't have much of a use for extra ore, we do what we can.
I smell prey. What is it?
And this is the final battle coming up. Make a quick save, just in case the game will crash, since it likes to do that.
I go. Moving. Yes. What is it? Pay attention! Pay attention! Crack the whip!
Please build these. Well, there goes one at least. Least useful location. Are they building them? By the time all the knockback immune units had gone, yes they were.
Nice master. Don't hurt me.
The music and the voice acting in this game is great. The stability and the balance, a little less so. And I forgot again, and I don't have the ore.
An objective has been completed.
Yes,
I forgot to get this built. Stupid me.
Yes. Ready.
So busy
Cunning.
microwing units that I forgot the objective of the mission.
I am here, master. I am here, master. Construction is complete. An objective safely across.
just had a snack. This is the next mission, where we have to
I await your command.
take out the enemy encampment and then survive a very long timer, which is going to be super easy. And we have our first hero.
Words for Krishna. A wise plan. Construction is complete. We require more slave masters. A wise plan.
What? Why do we require more slave masters?
I can smell their fears. Your troops are under attack. Tell me. Yes, my lord.
So we have to beat up a whole bunch of Riders of Rohan, and Riders of Rohan are blunt units, so we're going to use piercing units, and guess what's piercing? Goblin Spearmen! So we are just going to mass a bajillion Goblin Spearmen.
Yes.
And Grishnak, his torch ability deals a lot of anti-building damage. So we're going to use him to take out the buildings. And what we're going to do is we're going to bait all the units back home. Where we need slightly more workers for this food pile because of the distance it is from our hovel, which is the drop-off. I built this one closer, partly because we just need more Goblin Spearmen. And about when the Slave Masters finish training is usually the right time to go in.
Yes, master. Yes, my lord.
Here they come. Speed of the Wolf gives Grishnak a running speed and attack boost for a short period of time, which is very helpful. And because of its most abilities are free to cast, it's got pretty good uptime, so we can just basically use it whenever it's off cooldown. And as you can see, there are now a whole lot of Goblin Spearmen waiting for them.
Take him down.
Grishnak, you should go and deal with those archers. And as Grishnak attacks things, he's going to get XP, which is going to give him more attack, more damage, more everything. Grishnak's torch ability, which I just bought, requires 1 fate, and it's important to spend fate as we get it, because the more fate you have, the slower you earn fate, which is a hidden mechanic that the game will never tell you. Now that that's done, we can grab our units. Tell Grishnak to run ahead. And we'll go in and out of this range with the tower, so we can use the torch ability a lot. And then for that, we're going to bring in the Slave Masters to tank.
Your troops are pay attention at once. Ready for battle. I can smell.
We just need that building gone immediately. We can't use the War Post trick because Riders of Rohan are immune to knockback. Unfortunately, didn't like going back in time.
Yes, master. Yes, I can smell their fear. The whip teaches.
And as you can see, we have almost no units remaining, but we also don't need many units at this point, because there are just a handful of towers which we can tank with Slave Masters and burn down with the torch ability. Fire does do damage over time and looks really cool, but the primary purpose of torch is that 100 damage on hit. You can't cast it on units, but if the projectile happens to hit a unit, it will do the 100 damage, which is pretty handy if niche, and impossible to control. We're probably going to lose that Slave Master. Yeah, unfortunate. We have to be careful not to lose Grishnak, because if we do, we'll fail the mission. He will heal health very slowly. I'm moving the Slave Master in because he has the high health, and that way Grishnak will not get shot at, since the tower will focus the first unit it can see until it's dead or moves out of range. also going to want to build a hovel so we can start gobbling up these resources for ourselves, which we will want quite shortly. And before I get too excited, I need to remember to build these.
Words for
There we go. I want everyone on that. Slightly slow in the buildings, which is a little unfortunate.
Yes, my lord.
Don't hurt me.
That definitely is a bit of a throw from yours truly. There we go. So one of the horsemen got away and is going to alert the great armies of Gondor, who are extremely pathetic, and we're just going to blast them up.
Yes, my lord.
I want group pathing on. That will slow down units to the slowest units so that the goblin spearmen don't run ahead.
Smell their fear.
And as for what we're going to do with these great armies of Gondor is we are going to fill the map full of turrets, towers.
Yes, master. At once. Who needs my whip? Construction's complete.
And you can see Grishnak is very respectable level 4.
Get going. I am here, master.
Warg Riders are reasonably expensive but quite quick, and Orc Slashers are very expensive and just kind of bad. So 4 units on food, because we brought the hovel as close as we possibly could. And is there 4 workers on ore? Put 1 more. And we will start towering the space up. And we will heal all our units with Vile Surge.
Yes, my lord.
And we will send Grishnak up here to go beat up some units so we can gain a place of power and also gain XP. We are supposed to go and bash these beacons of Gondor in to delay the armies, but that would take longer, I think. I'm not even sure how it works. So there's no point, and we're just going to turret and farm XP on Grishnak, and that's going to be the entire mission.
Don't hurt me.
Definitely need 1 more worker on food.
A wise plan, Ghost. You have taken at once a place of power.
And we can shove our wounded units in towers so that the towers fire faster. If it will let me. Quick save. Just going to fill up the production queues with all sorts of units. Grishnak is now level 5, so he had 3 armor, he's got 5 armor now. Peel off that archer. So he will chase and deal with him in isolation. We have to build, we can only build on corrupted land, which is why we've got this war post over there. Very nice. Another army of Gondor turns up, and another army of Gondor gets shot to bits by towers. Although in saying that, we definitely do need a lot more Goblin Spearmen. Goblin Spearmen are just honestly great tower fodder, and they will keep the enemy occupied so that we can do everything else we need to do. like shoot them to pieces with towers.
Oh, like you wish.
I can build one there, so I'll place the wall post there.
Ready for battle. At once. As you wish.
I want to avoid those bears because they do a lot of damage.
Something to stab. Something to stab.
And Krishnak's health is somewhat limited just because of their very slow regeneration rate. So, bonk, bonk, bonk. You can see the towers are really starting to pick up in steam. Some of them are being damaged, but we'll just rebuild them. More goblin spearmen, please.
I'm moving. Construction is complete.
And repairing buildings is completely free, which is nice.
Something to stab.
Telling Krishnak to walk so he'll regenerate while he's on the move.
Something to stab. Something to stab. Good idea, master.
Ready for battle. As you wish.
Something to stab.
Peel a few units away.
Wish. At once.
That'll
As you
do.
wish. Under attack. I will carve them.
Something to stab.
I can smell.
The unit with the most damage output actually is the Rohan Archer with 13.
Tell me.
So we'll focus him down first.
Something to stab.
Your troops are under attack.
And with the speed of the wolf, he should have no problem clearing out the remainder.
Something to stab. Something to stab.
Bastard. The whip teaches.
At your mercy.
No rest.
Something to stab. Ish. At your mercy. Wise master.
Just building our towers as space efficiently as possible.
Yes, my lord. Something to talk.
By Sauron's
Something to
will.
talk. No, please. Oh, wise master.
It doesn't matter which units that the towers we garrison into are fully garrisoned or only have one slot left or whatever, as it works out to be the same number of projectiles, but it does mean that they shoot faster. We would shove workers in towers if we could, but we can't.
By Sauron's will.
Krishnak is a very juicy level 7.
By Sauron's will.
Also want a few more towers up at this end.
Your camp is under attack.
Why are there a bunch of stray units
My spear, not yours.
all over there?
Something to stab. Something to stab. Nice master.
We actually can squeeze towers in there, which is a little problematic, but still completely possible to that.
Something to stab.
I await your command.
We're going to heal Krishnak because we can, and if we don't have any other useful fate, we're not going to be needing it to deal with the armies of Gondor. And the more health Krishnak has, the more XP he can get.
I shall not fail.
Something to stab. Something
You can see just how short the cooldown is. It's 18 seconds and it lasts for 10, so nearly over half up time. Then this is not actually the last army of Gondor, this is the second to last, so we're still going to be stuck in this mission for a little while longer.
I tire of waiting. Understood.
But hopefully it will be over soon.
Something to stab.
Oh well, I know it will be over soon. Prepare your best defences, they say, as I am turreting the lot.
Something to stab.
This ran
Something
out.
to stab.
No, you keep there. I got a job for you.
Construction is complete.
Something to stab. Something to stab.
Yes, my lord. Yes, master.
Krishnak's a juicy level 8 now.
Crack the whip faster.
Something to stab. Ready. Understood.
What? Crack the whip. Crack the whip is complete. Words for
Something to stab.
Taste my steel. Your troops are under attack.
Spearman ready. Something to stab.
The whip teaches.
Yeah?
Who needs my whip? They feel.
These towers doesn't have somebody in.
Crack the whip. Keep moving.
Understood.
Construction is complete.
Oh, what you wish.
What are my orders?
Something to stab.
Taste my steel.
Level 9 is definitely not bad at all.
Tired of waiting. Understood. Is the enemy here? Something
Why
to
are you not
Who needs my whip?
here?
Is under attack.
Here comes the last army of Gondor, and as you can see, it is being shot to bits by all the towers. And Krishnak is level 9, nearly and a half, which is very nice.
The horse boys
With the destruction of the...
Next up is another slow mission. But we have a different hero to farm XP on this time.
my master.
And this introduces us to stealth units, which annoyingly are not our stealth units, but enemy stealth units. So this Elven Archer is half transparent, which means that they are stealthed. And they are only revealed from the stealth if there is a detection unit, which is only Wraith. But we won't be seeing those for a while.
Yes, raise it.
So we are going to have to keep these Wraiths alive, because if we don't, we're just going to be peppered by invisible archers, because stealth in this game is completely broken. You can move, attack, do literally everything, while still remaining stealth. Which is a problem, so we're going to have to keep the Wraiths, and we can get more, but it's going to be slow to build up to get them, and we'd really rather have not. So, and speaking of building up, look what we got! Some workers, which we're going to again build 2 goblin hovels with.
Wise master.
The whip teaches. Faster. Keep moving.
And this is the Lord of the Nazgul, the Witch King, the leader of the 9, and he is really weak. Extremely squishy, but he does lower enemy armor by -2, which is nice, and he's very quick, and he's got a teleport ability and ring sight, but Frodo basically doesn't appear, so that's a moot point.
Nice master.
So 4 workers. We will get a 5th one just so we can saturate this depot completely. That's what I was waiting for. We want these slave masters to tank so that the Witch King can get most of the XP. These do very little damage and they've got enough health to tank. And we want the Witch King to be leveling up so he becomes a little less squishy. We'll shove 5 workers on this deposit as well, just to make sure it's fully saturated. And then we're going to again go for spamming Orc Bowmen and Goblin Spearmen. There is a pile of resources here that we could run up and grab, but it's problematic to do that for reasons that will become apparent shortly. but I'm sure somebody might be welcome to try and route it in, since having another set of resources would quite literally double our resource gain rate once the infrastructure's all set up. The rally point is set on the Witch King so that they will follow wherever he is, which is very handy for slightly reducing the amount of hassle that controlling so many units is.
Yes, my lord. Something to stab.
That's where we're going to get our Orc Bowman from. One of the other reasons why we build 2 hovels is just so we can pump out Spearmen and Slave Masters quicker. Because as you can see, we've got a lot of food, and in generally, in the early game when all your buildings cost ore, you have too much food and not enough ore, and Goblin Spearmen are a great way to get rid of that. But as the game goes on later, you have not enough food because all your units use it and too much ore. Nice. That is what I was waiting for. This bear is a pretty strong unit. Fortunately, you can see the Lord of Nazgul is reducing its armor from 2 to 0. Armor doesn't go negative, so if it was 0 minus 2 like it is on the Rangers, well, it would be if he was in range. Doesn't count. And here you can see some more stealth Elven archers shooting us, which obviously we want to put a stop to that as soon as possible. Bjornings have healing herbs, which the AI is not particularly clever at utilising, but makes them, well, heal units, which is very nice if you've got it, but we don't. We'll be a long time before we're able to heal a single unit, which sucks. Now we're going to do something a little funky. We're actually going to watch the upcoming cutscene. This is because units in cutscenes are typically invulnerable, and we really want to keep these spiders alive because they're extremely strong but quite fragile. And as you can see, there are a lot of enemy units that would do a good job at killing them. So we're going to wait for a few more units to appear and then skip the cutscene. See, we managed to keep most of the spiders alive, I say, as I hope it get smacked. But the reason they're so strong is their stun ability will just stun lock the unit. They won't get able to do anything as long as you have enough spiders, which have done a pretty bad job of keeping them that time. The other thing is that during that cutscene, all the resources still keep flowing in. Three spiders? I've had worse, but definitely would have liked more.
Something to talk? Spider waiting. Upon your order. What is your will? Target practice. Upon your order.
We're going to cast this spell, which makes us basically immune to ranged fire for a short period of time. But most importantly, we still have all our wraiths. Those are the really important things. If we lose these wraiths, we can get more, but it's so slow that the run would basically be dead. This is the problem with spiders. They are fragile and they take knockback, so against a bear, which does knockback on each hit, we can sometimes be in a little bit of a pickle. But, so far so good. cast Fog, so that all these units have reduced attack speed. Try not to let the Witch King get blasted. We'll purchase this when we can because it's a surprise tool that will help us later. Our wraiths have still got 2 in good health, that's good. But what we really need is this going down and these units to not die. I said we need the wraiths to not die, but fortunately the mission is nearly over. Slave masters do relatively little damage, so we'll pull them away. There are going to be a few more units coming this way, but that's pretty much fine. Definitely has room to speed this up because you can see we've got plenty of units left over, and we probably waited a bit too long to watch the spider cutscene, so all the spiders didn't die. But they are very important units, and that's the end of the mission. And next mission is along similar-ish lines. But we're actually going to, instead of being stuck in Tech 1, spamming all the low-tier units because they're cheap and effective, we're actually going to upgrade to higher power units, partly because we just kind of need to, but also because you'll notice that like all our orcs were constantly getting hit and dying, which is problematic because orcs are expensive. We also have access to this ability now, which is not worth the fate. So we're just going to get Witch King some more XP. It's level 5 already, very lovely.
Yes, my lord.
1, 2, 3, 4 should do it. No, don't shoot them. Range units, just built different. Witch King will be taking a lot of damage. We'll actually just give him some help here. Rangers aren't supposed to come in and help.
I am here. As always, your troops are under attack.
So this is essentially our tech level building that we research the next tech level from, but funnily enough the tech level is actually tied to the building, so if I get this to level 2 and then it's lost, I won't stay at level 2, I'll have to build another one and upgrade it, which is just the way the game is. I would definitely have done something differently, but oh well. And we're just going to have to wait a long while for everything to get together. We will make sure that there are plenty of workers so we can easily pull one for building without losing any efficiency. And we're just going to rush up to Tech 3 as soon as possible so we can research the Spider Stun ability, which they don't have by default. It's an upgrade that we need to get. So we're just going to sit and wait. We're going to want to get to Tech 3 as well, as that's going to unlock this, which will be able to buff our wraiths significantly. They're still going to be paper thin, but at least they'll be a little bit more useful than they are at the moment, where 7 damage, nothing. And tech levels in this game are extremely cheap and extremely quick. Like, this building will barely be done before the next tech level finishes researching, which is also weird, but at least it makes the game very quick to run through. And single player, well, skirmish maps don't typically take longer than half an hour, which can be nice. Paralyzed for some unforsaken reason is a Tech 2 tech, don't know why. We are, however, still going to be utilising a good chunk of Goblin Spearmen just because they cost food, and as you can see, we don't have much food. We've got tons of food, but not much ore, and giant spiders and research will cost ore, so that's Tech 3. And you might be thinking, well, you're getting the spider tech, where are the spiders? But we're going to pick up 4 free spiders over here.
We will gladly spill their blood.
Voice acting in this game is always a treat. Need to spin it around, but it should be okay. Make a quick save.
What is your will?
And we're going to wait for Paralyzed to come in, since it's an extremely strong tech, and if we don't have that, we'll just take a lot of losses, which is expensive.
Something to stab. Construction is complete.
I'm tired of waiting. Always fast.
That will be Paralyzed coming in, which is going to be lovely.
Die.
You can see the stun is coming in already. But you can also see Giant Spider's very squishy. And it went down already, even before we could get here. This is the other reason why we wanted Paralyzed, because this hero-esque unit is going to be a nuisance, but with stun, that stops becoming a problem. Now that we're in Tech 3, we can also get one of those, which is going to give us a nice Tech 4 our race.
It lies now. Of darkness.
When did you stop attacking? Come on. Right, there you go. Not sure what that was about. And again, that's why range units are just better, because they don't do that. Pathfinding actually behaves itself. Ideally, these 3 wraiths are all we need, but we will be able to get more if we need to, since we need to tick up anyway for all sorts of helpful stuff. And in particular, we're going to get the darkness activatable ability for our wraiths, which is very helpful.
Yes, my master.
These orc bowmen are doing great. The spiders not doing so great because they are melee units, and the pathfinding is just not being my friend today. Which happens. I'd get +1 armor for our spiders so they don't die quite as quickly. We're going to push forward and then run back because there is a tower that we would rather not be shot by. And so by running back, all these units will, well, run back. We don't use the war post trick because we don't have a lot of ore now. You know what, let's heal everything. It is the darkness ability coming in, which is also on a very short cooldown, and we We're using Slave Masters to tank again. And we want that tech, which increases the line of sight of Wraiths so that they don't have to walk as close to combat to see units. Going to just run this guy away because his health is super low. As you can see, darkness halves the damage enemy units do, so that's now down to 5 damage, which means against a 5 damage Witch King it would only be doing minimum 1. But it's 1 damage per second, not damage per hand. An important difference. Second armor, the other activatable ability, actually no, we won't get that because I think we're going to need some more Wraiths. In an ideal world we wouldn't, but well, we're down to 2 and I do not want to be caught out without Wraiths because not having them is very painful. We want to grab this place of power for +1 armor, which is lovely, and then we'll wander over here. And we are also going to be careful to set our rally point over here and not on the Witch King, because as we go further into the map, the units will take a different, shorter route, which will result in them getting ganked by a bunch of elves that hang around. So there's the line of sight tech coming from Wraiths, and you can see we can see these units from miles away now, and we can also hang back with our Wraiths more, which... However, they do still have this activatable ability, which is very strong. These archers were doing 14 damage, now they're doing 7, which means the armor for all units is going to go even further. This is the boon we get more Wraiths from. Nice, so we barely took any damage in that engagement, mostly thanks to the darkness in the stun. Note that these don't actually do anything, which is a little unfortunate, because we would love if they actually, did something useful, but they don't. Now the next thing we're going to want is actually Wargs, not because they are good units, they are not at all, they are far too expensive, but they are extremely quick. And that is going to be very useful for us. Then this Elven Temple for some reason has basically no guardians, don't know why. But I'm not about to start complaining, because we can just easily stun them and now we don't take any more damage. Yes, spiders are overpowered, but they have quite low health. And especially as later techs come in, they start getting out-teched quite badly. Keep training the units. Nice. Now that that's started, we're going to again bait out all these units by running in and teleporting back home. And that is going to get all the units to chase us, at which point we can turn and draw. And we will also drop a bog, so we halve their attack speed and attack rate. So you can see light bear is 11 to 6, and it's next with darkness, so we can do 11 minus 8 now, and now they're basically doing no damage. And the ones that are doing damage are getting stunned. So that is lovely.
Your troops are under attack.
We have reinforcements. Going to turn off group pathing again, so that will make all our units move at a standard pace. There are some resources over here which we would love to get, but the level is almost over and it just doesn't end up making time sense to get them. Because now with that tower down, we can bulk these clowns again. and we can start unleashing darkness. One of the other reasons like Fate Power is kind of bad is Bomb, you can see it's run out already, whereas Darkness, we can keep on using it. So you can see that they are getting munted. And at this point our reinforcements kind of stop mattering because we're going to do something very silly by that we're not going to use it because it's too expensive. So we're going to run here with the Witch King, we're going to grab the attention of all their units, and then we're going to teleport back to the warpost. It says on corrupted land, it actually means within a warpost you control. Then they are all going to chase us. You can see some of the projectiles home from across the map because they just do that. And now that they're here, we're going to run through them. And take their place of power because there's nobody there.
Dark Master.
Not bad, not bad. In this mission, we can basically chain our starting units because we start with 4 Black Riders, which there definitely are better units in the game, but they're decent. And we have to convince the trolls to join us by blowing up their dens. You can see their only ability is Ring Sight. They've got okay stats. And these troll dens have quite a lot of health, so it's going to be a bit slow to take them out. And we have to... I mean, we can lose these units, it's not the end of the world, but definitely we would like to keep our units intact. So we're going to get this unit's attention and then just run off. See that troll is still chasing us. We will train that slave master because we're about to get the trolls, which means our population limit is going to go through the roof. 37 out of 24. But these trolls, as you saw from them beating up our Black Riders, quite strong units with good attack, good outfit. I mean, they're better than a Black Rider.
Yes.
Make a quick save. Somewhat lucky the game hasn't crashed yet. You know what, actually, we will take you, put you in there, put you in there. What we will also do is grab one of you and start colonizing this, which we're using 50% because we need the money and 50% because it will be a great distraction. You can see our population limit is still over cap, even though we've been continually training slave masters.
Come on, keep moving.
Good idea, Master. At once, Master. At once.
By Sauron's will.
What?
Finally, we're not over capacity, so we can get a few more workers.
Yes, my lord.
And Orc Bowmen, who continue to be excellent units for their price, because range units are strong and they have 8 damage. Not to be sneezed at.
By Sauron's will. Pay attention. Target practice.
Actually, you lot are going to start walking over there because you're extremely slow.
Stop! We will fight for the Dark Lord!
And so now we have to beat up 2 enemy encampments, which...
Scour the Master's enemies from this.
Hello?
I am
Here we go.
Move out!
Oh, what you wish?
I am here, Master.
Go as fast as I can.
And the trolls are just sufficiently good units that we can just run over the enemy bases with them. Especially, like you can see, rangers, we were fighting those earlier, 200 HP, 8 attack. They're just going to get beaten up.
Are under attack.
Please.
Who needs my whip?
There definitely is room to improve this on controlling units tighter, but I do want to keep them all together. You can stay back for now.
Troops are under attack. Calm down.
We'll add to 1 and heal all. Nice. Missed this guy, but that'll be fine as a ranged unit. He shouldn't be taking too much damage. And we are also going to want a bit more space, because what we're going to want to do is get some towers to protect us while we're out and about here. Why are all of you over there?
Who needs my whip?
We're actually going to start you moving here, because you're so slow. And get me one of these. Anywhere will do. And this unit is just going to run them in loops. Ah, bugger. That is a problem. The resulting dwarf army can be quite hard to sometimes get rid of. They can really corner you like that. But at the end of the day, we should still be able to beat them because the trolls are quite strong. You can see the bog ran out already. Not the greatest, but it's better than not having a bog. And that's why we're just going to get some random towers over here. None of our stone hurlers survived, but that's probably fine.
Nice master.
Would definitely have been ideal to not lose those stone hurlers and not get jumped, but we'll manage. We've still got the 3 other units, the 4 black riders, still got a lot of damage.
Your troops are under attack.
And I'm guessing that this unit just probably won't arrive in time.
How may I serve?
Yes, my lord.
Your troops are under attack. Say when, Titus.
Nice, managed to save him.
Yes, soldiers of all
At this point, may as well. Oh, actually survived. He just ran in there to get away from the other units. The only fight power here that does damage is Balrog, which we can't afford to get by that bog. Not the greatest, but we're making it work. Nice!
The trolls.
Now finally we get to play with stealth units.
Shows. Of course. How may I help?
We also have Saruman, who has one really powerful ability, one good ability, one meh ability, and one awful ability.
Of course.
We want Saruman to grab the aggro.
I think not. On my way.
Work out as well, but that's okay.
Well thought. Of course.
So Haradrim, we get the upgrade for free this time. They can be seen just like we used Wraiths to spot the Elven Archers. Rangers can be spotted, Rangers can spot our Haradrim. And we can't do anything because the goblins have all run off in fear because of the wild men, which is a little bit of a problem. So the game was like, you should use the stealth units to beat up the units completely for free. And we will also earn some fate in the process. Saruman needs to wander back home to deal with this, but they're just attacking a building, which doesn't matter.
Let us work together.
Not quite on it when it comes to the micro or getting onto these units. I didn't say double click, I said single click. Now we can get more units again. And the game says it may be wise to construct an army, which is true, and here's the first kind of actually major glitch of the run. So you can see this power costs 3, this power costs 3, this power costs 2, but if we press them all quickly enough, we get them all for free. Or well, all for the cost of 1. Which, very useful, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Of course.
And there are unfortunately no spare resources on their map. Which is a little unfortunate, as we would love to speed up the acquisition of money, but we just kind of can't. Here comes more units. We yoink one of them. This is Saruman's really good ability, the convert ability, which is like, now with a free unit! Hooray!
Ready to scout.
Which, of course, Ranger's not going to win any awards for brightest unit ever, but this is a free ability, comes back in 90 seconds. What's not to like?
What is it? They feel
Well fought. My blades are
The reason why we're doing all this ability micromanagement with Saruman is because we want to get the experience from the units.
How may I help? Let us work.
Like you can see, he's level 3 already, which is very nice. And the biggest thing for Saruman is just the health. He's very squishy, but he's very powerful, and having more health means we can basically just get more abilities off. As for what units we'll be using, we basically need giant spiders for the first half of this level because we're going to have to protect a bunch of Uruk-hai from basically being shot at. And by far the most... I did not double click you. Get back to work. And by far the most reliable way of stopping enemy units from attacking. We do have wraiths, we do have those abilities, but giant spider stun will just completely shut them down. Then there aren't too many of them, so we should be able to have enough giant spiders for all the units. However, we will, since we need to put a war post on there, we will send that down now. Paralyze. I'm going to get a drink.
Construction is complete.
by Sauron's will. Pay attention!
I hear you.
The other thing is when we're protecting the units, our base actually comes under reasonably heavy attack, and defending that is always a little bit problematic. And the reason why we built this is not because we wanted to, but because we basically need 6 orc slashers
As you command.
to turn into Uruk-hai, so we were just going to dump them all over there.
The whip teaches.
More spiders coming our way.
Time for blood.
For Harad, my blades are yours, as you wish. Your wisdom shows.
Servant kind of blood.
Upgrade is complete.
Paralyzer's done. Nice, nice. We ideally won't have to go into wraiths, but just hopefully because we can basically get them before they get the stealth upgrade. And rely more on giant spiders, and we'll be using a lot of slayers as our main damage output.
How may I help?
Kind of blood. Keep moving. Keep moving. They feel fear.
This is going to be our task force.
Well thought.
Let's make a safety save.
Get going. Get going.
Has been complete. My knowledge is yours. X understood.
By Sauron.
An objective has been completed.
That's what all these orc slashes are for,
You require my
because they're going to be turned into Uruk-hai, which Uruk-hai are very strong units,
objective has
way better than orc slashes, that's for sure.
Keep moving. Crack the whip.
I can
And we
help.
want to just pan all our units out so we can see where they first come from.
I see.
Since it is all a bit confusing on exactly
My
where they
knowledge
attack
is
from, but they
yours.
should come from about around here. And of course they will attack at home base, so... Which, as you can see, giant spiders don't do so hot when they're outnumbered like that.
Spider waiting.
Which is where our tower comes in. And speaking of...
I can help you.
I think I want that unit.
Your wisdom shows.
I am vigilant.
On my way. You're under attack.
Spider waiting. Something to stab.
Yes. I go at once. You're on the same path.
Something to stab.
My knowledge is yours. A word plan. Your troops are under attack.
The only thing that really matters with respect to these Uruk-hai is getting the first one in as soon as possible and getting the last one in as soon as possible. Everything else on the timing of when we get the Balrogs, which spawn at basically set times, is not as important.
Faster. I hear you.
Bardency.
You seek advice? Yes. Need something.
Spider waiting.
Don't want to be keeping an eye out for that last Balrog. There it is. Get over there.
I can help.
Coming.
I await your direction.
How may I help? Your troops are under attack. Your camp is under attack. On the same path. We are on the same path.
Be of good hope. Be of good hope. The road waits.
Able to defend this reasonably nicely. They took down our weeding pit, but that doesn't matter. We got what we wanted. Saruman's got his XP.
We are on the same path.
Very nice.
Your wisdom shows.
We would love to use Vile Surge to heal these up to full, but game won't let you do that. Since they're technically neutral, you can actually attack them if you want using Force Attack. But that is of course completely counterproductive to what we want to do.
I await your direction. I am vigilant. Bardency.
My blades await.
We had best go.
They feel fear.
Incoming?
On the same path. Your camp is under escape.
That means the first Uruk-hai is done. And now we have 2 encampments to beat up.
Target break while my blades. We are on the same path. Why?
Gimme!
Hail, elf friend.
How may I help? Wise counsel. My blades await wish. Require more slave masters. You seek advice. My blades are yours. I require more slave masters. I hear you.
I am vigilant.
Need some
We're sending this guy out here because there's a place of power. Can never remember exactly where it is. There it is. That gives us more fate when we hold it. And for some reason the AI will never send detector units over there. see they're sending a lot of
Let
other
us work together.
units over in that direction, but not
Peace, friend.
rangers.
Wise counsel. My blades sleep, master. No sleep, master.
That's exactly what I'm training.
They feel fear. By Sauron will crack the whip. Come on. Yes, you have taken control of a place of power.
Nice!
For Harad, of course. Understood. Very well. Very well.
Gonna wait for this last Urukai to finish. It's great that we were able to protect all 5, because that's going to give us a bunch of fate, which will mean we can just Balrog whoever we want.
Peace, friend.
Actually, since we are able to Balrog whoever we want,
What
we do is we will grab you, tell you to be in control group 3, tell you to be in control group 2, there we go.
For Harad, as you wish. In silence. On my way. In silence.
And we will send control group 1 over here and control group 2 over here.
Crack the whip.
And we'll gather our whole slave masters and send them home.
No rest.
And we'll start picking up some of the techs, which we may as well.
Yes. Let us work together.
Saruman, where are you? You are here. I want that unit. Huorns are very powerful, very strong. And it looks like we've got company at home. That's going to be fun, but no matter. I thought I said control group 2 go down there and control group 1 go up here.
As you wish. Wise counsel.
Which we're just going to battle on this one, as it is the much harder of the 2 encampments to deal with. We want 2 of these. Balrog is being silly because it is a melee unit, and melee unit pathfinding might as well not exist. We're losing a lot of slave masters, but it's probably fine. Grab that Huorn, that would be lovely. Now what we really want, I mean aside from oh no, we got the bug whereby buildings automatically deselect themselves. Not the end of the world, because units will still respond to attack orders. They won't respond to other orders. So we're just going to have to finish this with the units we already had, which is completely possible. But it does mean that training new units not going to be easy, and we're kind of stuck with what we've got. But that should still be enough to finish the level. Deal with somebody else, please. Balrog is slamming that. Attack on number 2 is not going so well, but got most of our units still. I kind of want this Balrog to time out so I can summon a new one down here.
Let us work together.
Ideally that Huorn will stay around long enough for us to convert it. Getting that bug is not at all ideal, and it persists through save, by the way, so you can see the slave masters didn't obey that move order. but they will obey attack orders.
I think not.
I said convert. Thank you.
My knowledge is yours.
We're almost out of units over here, but the Balrog will be bashing that in, and then we'll just run down with our reinforcements. Is route pathing on? It is not good.
Seek advice.
They're kind of running over pace. We would have loved to have been able to protect that, but just can't happen because of that bug. Balrog is being dumb.
My knowledge is yours.
Hello? Now run down here and bash that in. Nice.
Ready to slay. Here to kill. My knowledge is yours.
Balrog is being very silly because it is a melee unit, and that's what melee units do. That one's ran out. Fortunately, our reinforcements here, and we can actually get another one. Again, Balrogs are the only fate power that helps us do more damage.
The building has been upgraded. Here to kill. Rip it down. Let us work.
Well, that was not at all ideal, but we've managed.
Seek advice. Down.
See, even the buildings deselect themselves. So I will have to restart the game after this mission to clear it.
You warriors are a success. The enemy defeated. Saruman's be
20 minutes, not too bad. Could have done slightly shorter if we were able to get reinforcements correctly. Please stand by. This is our first kind of build up and take over the big bad enemy. But fortunately, yay, we can select buildings again. There is actually a resource deposit right here, which we are going to make very happy usage of.
What is your will?
Turn on health bars again.
Come on. Yes, my lord.
And we're simply just going to mass build villages, but you'll notice that since we did that, we don't even have the ore for smelter anymore, so we don't have to mine it the old-fashioned way. And they actually give us a level 2 Fortress of Mordor. You can see we can get Grishnak again, which is why we wanted so much XP on him.
As you command, I crave blood. Yes, my master. The master speaks. I am the master. We serve Sauron.
We will get those spiders later once we're over population cap. Or at population cap. Because if we were to unlock them now, then they would get added to our population, and that would mean we wouldn't be able to trade any more workers.
Something to talk.
Level 8, not level 10, but still definitely a lot better than a level 1. Banger music again. Losing some units in combat, which frees up population for more workers, so can't exactly say I'm complaining. workers there. 4 workers there.
Construction is complete. I am here, Master.
Oh, what you wish. I go. My spear, not yours. I'm moving. I'm tired of waiting.
I am here, Master.
I'm tired of waiting. Taking position. I'm moving. Something to poke?
I am
I see it.
Master.
Spearman ready. I'm moving. My spear, not yours. Taking position. Taking position.
And when the next worker comes queuing out, we can start opening these. And you'll see our population goes way over the limit. Get that. And obviously, since we have so many free spiders, we are definitely going to be making heavy usage of the Paralyze ability, which we will need to research. And before we can research it, we need the building, which requires ore, which we've been spending on getting everything else running.
What is your will?
My spear, not yours. I see it.
Should be 3 more down there.
Yeah.
Using Goblin Spearmen because they're very fast.
Is the enemy near? Without fail. My spear, not yours. I see. Yes.
We want all our units in one big fat control group, except the Goblin Spearmen, who are a surprise tool that will help us later. Get that to level 3. And get Paralyze, as well as get cracking on additional Slave Masters.
Your troops are under attack.
You can see our units are taking all sorts of damage because we don't have the stun ability yet. Which is gonna take 90 seconds to come in, can't speed it up. And we do want to deal with these few wards, but we want all our units to be here when we do so. And these units, you'll see what they're for later. We'll get one of these. We will get a lot more of these. Orc bowmen are piercing, so they actually do pretty good damage against blunt horns, which is very nice. Let's pull the spiders back so they aren't the ones getting shot at. Grab Grishna, grab level 4 since we want that for Urukai, who we will be very much using. Now we're going to queue up some more workers because there are even more resources to be had further up ahead, which we're going to very much use. Get you here. Get you here.
Spearman ready. I'm moving. I see it. I'm moving. Yeah. 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 I'm moving. I'm moving. At once, master.
Crack the whip.
I'm tired of waiting. I see it.
What?
And that is going to release Sheleb, who is going to very helpfully go and beat up a bunch of stuff for us with her 2000 health and 50 attack. Nice.
Objective has been completed.
You can see Paralyze has finished. So we're just going to turn and draw. Where's Witch King? There he goes. And Sheleb, we can't control her. She's going to go on a bit of a rampage, which suits us just fine. Where are my lazy slothers? And then we're just going to pump out more Goblin Spearmen again. Because because our one orc mound is busy. You can see Shillab's just beating up stuff.
Don't hurt me. The lidless eye searches. Something to stand on your order. I see.
Your troops are under attack.
Something to stand
Please blast that.
Keep moving. Your troops are
See Shillab's just eating lots of things for us.
Pay attention. Keep moving.
We also get mobbed by a whole bunch of ballista towers, which are definitely making everything go a lot slower than it ought to. But we just basically need to keep on top of Micro and Krishnar's torch ability, because that does a lot of damage to buildings specifically, and our spiders will kill all the units.
Destroy it! Destroy it!
Torch must have been a unit instead. Krishnar's level 10, hooray! I think Vile Surge is best so we can keep Krishnark around for longer, but Bomb could also be a good call, and it's obviously cheaper. Nice! That's built we can spam will look high from a closer point, which is still by far our best attacking unit. Lovely! All the bears are stunned, or, well, dead.
I await your command.
Please torch that. And get me a load more Goblin Spearmen, because they are extremely population efficient. They're the only military unit to cost 1 population. Heroes cost 0, most other units cost 2 to 3. Really need to be keeping on top of Krishnark's torch ability, as that is just so strong. Orc bowmen also do get flaming arrows, but that is really bad. And Shillab for some reason reveals these spiders, I don't know why.
Something to stab.
On these buildings we want though, that deck.
Is the enemy near? Without fail.
I need orders.
What is your will?
As you wish.
What is your will?
An objective has been defeated.
Upgrade is complete. Upgrade is complete. Yes. A lidless eye searching.
Don't need to blow that tower up, thankfully, since it's in a really obnoxious location. Darkness, that's good.
We serve Sauron.
We ideally want to bait out a human tree form. Here goes tree form, which, well, we kind of didn't bait it given it costs half our units involved. But we only need to take the place of power, so we're just going to run in and see if we can't beat everybody up. Obelisk will help keep our units protected. There we go!
The Tower of Curiosity.
This mission is going to introduce to us the stealth units, which we already used in the last mission 2 missions ago, which I don't quite know why this is placed in the way it is, but I guess it is. And fortunately, this map has a lot of money for us, which we are going to very liberally use.
I am here.
We are introduced to a new hero, Selim or Kamara, depending on whether you look at the internal files.
Come on, faster. No rest.
And there is a lot of resources to grab, so we will be hopefully getting some colonies up in short order so we can just kind of mass the units required and just bulldoze the enemy encampment. And we need to assassinate this guy without being spotted, which no problem for our stealth units. But we do have to be a bit fiddly about it, because he's got some patrolling ranger guards that just love to ruin things.
Yes, your will is done.
So you can see there's money making spot number 2.
Yes, my lord.
Wise master.
Over here.
We're going to send some more workers over here to do whatever we need them to do.
Swiftly.
Come on.
There was a 3rd colony over there, but it's not super worth getting just because of the amount of time and resources it takes to set everything up, as well as the population you have to spend into workers. So
Move out! I go at once! I go at once!
we will send him as an expendable scout.
I am
Wise master.
And we will start getting that built so we can research the stealth tech, which we had previously given to us for free in an earlier mission.
Yes.
Actually, no, I think I want to keep you.
The whip teaches.
Unlike a goblin spearman, you're not actually a half bad unit. 2, 3, 4. Remember, ideally we want 4 to 5 workers. In this case, because we have so much coming in, we'll just go with just 4.
What? I am here, master. Please.
What's this? What's this?
Yes, my lord.
Since we have so much food, we're going to spend a little bit over bowmen, which are decent units. There's not much point waiting and buying the expensive next tier upgrade when the mission is relatively short.
Target practice.
What's this?
The enemy loves to just run in with some random units at some random angle. And that place of power that we got with the regeneration is helping out a lot, since Selim is the first way we have to actually heal our units outside of Vile Surge, which comes in very handy.
I am like
stealth.
Nice master.
We come with poison dart pre-done, but it costs to use, and we just have better things to spend our money on right now.
Oh, what you wish.
Oop, I see more units.
For the shadow.
Your troops are under attack.
Mercy. At your mercy.
I hear you. Go ready.
No. You. And you. And you.
My blades await. I am Construction's commander.
And since we generally have a lot of money, we'll actually also pick up the arsenal techs as well. Making a quick save.
What? No rest.
You can see sometimes they will just run right through you for no discernible reason other than they want to particularly bash this area in particular in, which I don't know why. They think that that's just suddenly the juiciest, gorgeousest thing in the world, but they do.
I am here.
They just want to bash the slave masters, which is annoying. Eventually we'll get some towers so that when they do this it's less of an issue. Right now, lost the slave master. This should definitely be enough units to get us well and truly started.
Swiftly, quietly.
Once we get 3 fate, we're going to use the same trick for these two, as poison trap is not worth buying on its own.
Swiftly, quietly. I am here. I am like the wind. Must I?
Back up a bit.
Quiet.
Your troops are under attack.
I am like the wind.
Who needs my whip? Move out.
Yes, my lord.
And start getting ourselves some towers. Great. Nearly missed that, but we're good.
Like the wind.
You hear something? Your troops are under attack.
Even more damage. We will upgrade that to the next tech level. Please blast it in. The amount of damage it dishes out is quite unproportionate, one might say. That's why we got all these colonies, so we can still have resources coming in when something stupid like that happens.
Shadow.
Upgrade is
Into the darkness. The shadow.
blades await.
You can see how much that tower's shooting because it's full of units, and buildings that are full of units shoot twice as fast in the case of the blister towers. Quite bananas.
Troops are under attack. My blades await.
Please get me some more workers.
They feel fear.
And let me just poison these lot. Nice, Krishnaka's here, who's torch.
I am
Gonna be very handy.
So it shall be done.
we could get the Lord of the Nazgul to help out, which, you know, honestly may as well. Gollum too, but at this point our focus, this base is basically just a matter of time before it's Connors, and we still have the other objective to think about, which is assassinating Morval. So we'll grab 5 should do it. But before we can barge on in, we do have to bash this slot. Now that the ranger's dead, we will make another quick save. And since we've still got the other objective to go, we're just going to wait until those ranger guards come all the way back and go all the way back. Because if we don't, we're going to run into a problem with capital P, and that's just going to be a huge hassle. Making another quick save. Thank goodness for Salim's healing ability, which we're just going to continue to use the hotkey for. And no, they're still there. Krishnak's satchel charge does do a slight amount of anti-building damage and sets them on fire, but it's important to use it when Spirit of the Wolf is active, because that actually also increases the speed at which he sets the trap down. Nice.
Waste of my skills.
Is that it? Nice! That went very smoothly.
Under the leadership of
12 minutes, not bad at all. Now it's time for one of the longer missions, but not too bad, and it will also serve as a good opportunity for a bathroom break during the initial build-up process, because not much happens. And if I set my rally points right, we will barely lose any productivity. So we're going to rally point all there. I'll actually get a third worker onto there before I go AFK.
construction is complete.
Master. I am here, Master. I am here, Master. I am here, Master.
Construction is complete.
Yes, my lord. Yes?
Excellent. Would have definitely been faster to not do that, but it should be okay because we would be waiting on resources anyway. However, now we can teleport up here, which you can see we're not able to walk to because there's a barricade, and we're going to run all the way over here. This is why it's important for him to be level 10, so he's got as much armor and as much health as he possibly can.
Here to kill.
We will stuff our archers around here. Everybody is going to chase after shooting him, which suits us fine, basically.
Faster. Yeah.
Good idea, master.
And we're going to trigger a whole bunch of scripted fights, which we do not care about. Going to get more units, and we want to run over here because we will get 5 fate points completely for free.
Your troops are under attack.
Ideally, we would be able to then summon a Balrog right below there, but the fate just kind of doesn't work out for that. We've got some random orcs as part of the scripted fight sequences, which we do not care about. They are in fact a waste of population, and even if we did really want them, we'd throw them away as soon as possible, just because we've got better units to be spending our population and time on. And as for why taking a break didn't do too much, we are able to... we still need to wait on that, and we need to wait on the resources coming in to get all of this stuff sorted. So now we can get Grishnak a lot earlier than if we didn't do that. And a whole bunch of units should be coming over to chase the Witch King over here.
Yes, ready to slay.
And they will also start pot-shotting our building, but we're just going to repair that. We need to pay attention to these units, as you can see they've all come and run over. All come and run over. And we don't need a Witch King to deal with them. And see, we're out of resources now. Which is what I mentioned about the whole... we kind of need... we would be waiting on resources anyway. Now that we have Grishnak too, we can also do a little something here.
As you wish. Yes, master. Yes, my lord.
Where we just grab the attention of all those units and bring them nicely back to here, where they will get beaten to pieces. And we'll bring the Witch King along because it's minus armor, and you'll see these lot have +3 attack from a place of power, which is a big problem. That is a lot of attack, like ranges going from 8 to 11 attack, and we're going to want to yoink it away from them, so we get the +3 attack instead of the place of power, and we're going to do that with more stealth units. Control C, Control 1, bring along 2 Slave Masters as well. And we're going to ignore those Elven Archers for now. Actually, not quite off cooldown.
Your cash is under attack. Your troops are under attack.
Bugger, would have really wanted our Rohan Rider, our Orc Archer to stay alive, but it's not the end of the world that he doesn't. Nice! Stealth has come in, which means that we can bust up all of these without issue. Witch King is doing Witch King things. And we really want these resources over here, for what should be pretty obvious reasons, given how poor we are. Now I want you to run over there to get that place of power. No. That's a nuisance, but not the end of the world. can detonate that trap early if you can select it, but it's a bit of a nuisance to actually find and click that button. Did I bring along Second Slave Master? Well, if I did, they got smacked. Here we are!
Crack the whips are under attack.
So work allocation looking like slightly too many there. Probably still slightly too many on all, but that'll be okay. Losing that Slave Master, not at all ideal, and definitely slow down our resource acquisition. And we're going to lose control here, but that's kind of okay. I said, build the war post, idiot! Which, nice, now that we have that place of power, just put someone in control group 9 to defend it. They will send random units over there to try and take it back, but they'll never send detector units. Which we are going to heavily exploit that. Had this happened last time when I used the Witch King to run all the way over there, these Orc Slashers are supposed to fight the Goblin Swordsmen, but they don't. Make a quick save just in case, since the long and slow part of the level was over. Get me that.
Construction is complete. Need something. My blades. Vengeance.
Which means we're going to get these Orc Slashers, but they're so bad that we'd almost rather not. But hey, at least they'll help to deal with these random units that are running around. And they've got the +3 attack from the Orc Mask, which is very impactful. What's they're looking like? I think we'll need most of them.
On my way. What is it?
You lot to just be in control group 1.
Silence. Understood.
You can see Orc Slashers out on the enemy team.
Your troops are under attack.
No, not Wraith. Eventually we'll get that to level 4, but simply not a priority at the moment over keeping everything else in order.
Yes,
See, that's what's supposed to happen. The Orc Slashers are supposed to turn and start fighting the moment you get there. That sometimes doesn't work correctly. Now also that we have these resources, we're going to really ramp up unit production. We can peel away that ranger. Yes. No, he's not chasing us. We'll grab him with the Witch King later. We still need to build up units in any case. See, we're nearly at Balrog level, so what I'm actually going to do is going to put this guy in control group 8 and use him to summon a Balrog on them when the time comes, when we've got enough fate to do that.
Yes, on my way.
It's being detected because there's a ranger in the tower, but we should just be able to hide in the corner and be safe. Yes.
My blades are yours. My blades await. My blades await.
Yep, there's that ranger. Let's bring them all over here.
something. My blades are yours.
Sneak in behind them.
It shall be done.
Need something. Need something. My blades await. Need
By
something.
Sauron's will.
Lovely. That means it's Balrogging time. There was also a ranger there, which is annoyingly revealing our units. So we are going to run off.
My blades await something. Very well.
You can see Grosh's units, which it really helps that we have the Orc Mask and they don't. If this was the other way around, with them having the Orc Mask, then they would deal a lot of problems, basically. That probably won't even come in by the time the game is finished. But let's just rally point right into the enemy base. Witch King is having a few problems. But if we can get rid of these two rangers, then our problems will suddenly go away because they won't be able to see our units. Which definitely easier said than done because of the melee pathfinding. But you can see, Grosh's units, they're really getting a lot done for us. And now with both rangers down, Balrog finally times out, and we got a lot of value from it. And nice! That went very smoothly.
The band of
Now we only have one more level. And that is the biggest and baddest. And most build-upest. Where we have to beat a whole bunch of stuff up, but fortunately there is more money to be made from a second set of resources over here. We also start with more Black Riders, who not the best, but hey, it's better than not starting with Black Riders.
Pay attention! No rest! Crack the whip! No rest! I am
They will send pretty pathetic attacks our way, so the only real thing we need to be concerned about is just how quickly we can kind of get the mission done, and for that we will be spamming a lot of Uruk-hai, because preferably with Great Darkness, but Uruk-hai are just the best anti-building damage for cheap. Like Goblin Spearmen, because of their melee units, only so and so many units can actually fit around building it so many times, whereas range units don't have that problem. And our biggest problem is getting rid of the ballista towers, basically, which there are a lot of, and while their health isn't through the roof, there are a lot of them. And fortunately, right over here, there is a dragon skull, which makes upgrades cheaper. And how much cheaper? Well, it's 67% off, which, if it sounds bananas, it is bananas. It means upgrades are almost free. However, they still take the same amount of time as they would normally do.
attention! Faster! Construction is complete.
As much as I am fond of the giant spider paralyze ability, it doesn't do anything against towers. Like you can see, oh no! 4 Riders of Rohan with +1 armor from a place of power. Oh no! And that's kind of the upper limit of the strength of the attacks they'll send our way, which sure is nice to not have to worry about them. See, Fate is already coming in at a decent rate. We do also actually very slowly get Fate generated over time from Warpost Corrupted Land, but it's minuscule and almost completely unnoticeable. Upgrade that. So work is looking like 1 more on food. The pathfinding looks a little funky sometimes.
What? Pay attention! Keep moving!
When it comes to buildings, we're actually going to want to build them on the left here, because we're going to really point them up here, and there's a safe route, or well, more safe, and a nasty route over here, which is kind of just not worth attacking, although there are some resources there. So somebody could try and route that in instead, but it's not going to be me. Hoping to rotate that. A quick save. We can get a Dark Arsenal now, which will be kind of nice, but overall not super necessary.
We serve Sauron.
We will get this eventually, just for some of the miscellaneous text, but we will not be relying on the units.
By Sauron's will.
Nice, another slave master for more population.
Been upgraded.
Seeing as we have a lot of food, we may as well get a few more bowmen. No, more Riders of Rohan, this time with a ranger who is even weaker, with less health and less damage. Whatever shall I do? And when we get the fate for it, we'll definitely be getting our heroes back, since we have access to all the heroes who you've met on our journey so far. I want to get 2 of these. Nice! Level 4 is the big one, as that lets us get Uruk-hai. Now, actually, you lot, since you're kind of weak, you can stay on guard duty. And our actual units go over here.
Who needs my whip? I need orders.
Ideally, we'd get just a little bit more fight so we can attack with the Krishna arc, which would be really nice with the torch, setting buildings on fire. Yes, those are done, and you can see these upgrades, 18-18, they were 75-75. So that's definitely very nice. We will get some more bowmen, as we're going to need to get some bunch more slave masters. Orc bowmen are basically the best usage of food. Do have a slight ore cost of 10, but worth it.
Yes, my master.
Level 5 doesn't really do anything for us aside from give access to Saruman, who is strong and we will be getting later, but at the moment it's just better to get more Urukai.
Target practice. They feel fear. The whip teaches. They feel fear. Target practice. Darkness surround. Track the whip. They feel fear.
That's not really the ideal placement.
Upgrade is complete. Upgrade is complete. Don't hurt me. Come on, need orders.
That should be enough to get us started. Actually, you can briefly come over here and help. As you can see, Black Rider's not the strongest units, and there's also absolutely no reason to use that Fate power when we can instead get a hero very shortly. I would like to not lose them, it's sometimes unavoidable. There we go, there's Krishna coming along. Definitely would have been possible to do this sooner, I'm sure of it. We will get that Orc Arsenal. There are some good ticks for Bowman in it. And these are the ballista towers. There are just a bunch of them haphazardly scattered around all over the place, and they're a huge nuisance.
As you wish.
Fortunately, you can see AI sometimes is done as 2 short planks. And you can see that's what we didn't want to have happen. Units running off in the wrong direction. Witch King's taking 2 heavy damage.
Yes, my master. As you wish.
And this ability will blind enemy units, which basically means they can't attack. It's almost as good as a stun. Extremely powerful ability. Upgrade to Tech 5 so we can get Saruman in. Get that. Definitely could have gotten quicker if somebody had built the third Orc building quicker. I can see one of our units is running along the not exactly safe route. Probably going to activate tree form any second now. No? Can't say I'm complaining. Get Saruman. And pick up that tech and that tech. We need to blow up those buildings anyway for the objective, so it's not just a pathfinding clear up. Please blow that up. probably should get a handful of wraiths. Maximum population reach, which means we may as well get Golem, and you lot can come join.
At once.
Bring it down! Take it apart! Troops are under attack.
And the other thing we need, which is good to not forget and bring them along early, is we actually will also need slave masters at the very end of the level. Give me Salim, so we can actually heal our wounded units. Where is Saruman? He's coming along, so we'll probably be able to convert the next human we see.
We are on the same path. A wise plan.
Got him.
Let us work together. My knowledge is wise counsel.
Just pull back a bit. Still at maximum population. Want that one and that one. May as well get these, though they don't really do much at this point. Go back to micro Krishna's torch. Let's blind these so they stop annoying us. If they just won't attack, that's why Saruman's freeze is so weak, because it's only one unit that you can't even attack. Where are you? I want you to heal all my wounded units. Still not micro Krishna's torch enough.
The whip teaches. Faster.
Your troops are under attack.
Crack the whip. Pay attention. Move out. Well thought. Your wisdom shows. Well thought.
Probably the overreaction of me to turn around and bring all the units to do that. Only needed a couple.
Bring it down. I can smell.
That is camp number 2. We don't really care too much about these units. If there were some abilities they had, then they would be great, but otherwise we've got better things to convert. And now you can see we're getting close to Balrogging time. And this is a unit we really wanted, a bear, because bears can change into man form, and man form is a healer. And we have almost no healers. And as you can see, Balrog melee pathfinding being only the best. I finally started to attack. Huorn is also having a field day, and Bjorning is already starting to heal our units. Don't ask why the Balrog decide to wander over there. Put Saruman out. Make a quick save just in case. The thing about the Beeling's healing is he'll automatically just heal units. No buttons needed, which very helpful, as I'm sure you can imagine. Now what we'll actually do is we'll grab you, and we'll also grab you, because you have torch. And we'll come over here and beat everybody up. Has recharged, very good. Is affected by our own spells, but that will go away. We can't Balrog because one Balrog is already inactive. And now we need to start placing wall posts by each flag, which is what all of these were for. Could have been slightly quicker on the uptake if I wasn't microing anything else. That was not the right place. Oh, Gollum ended up being level 2, not bad. Did I miss this one? That was slow.
An objective has been completed.
And Witch King is not in the right spot.
An objective has been Minas Ifi.
And that is all the missions. And I believe time ends on the score screen there. That would have probably been about 2.5 hours. And overall, the campaign can be a little boring to play at times, especially with some of the missions like this and this. But the game is very charming, the voice acting is good and the music is great. And the campaigns are not very challenging, so it's interesting to try and see how fast can you do them versus can you beat them at all, which even on hard difficulty, which is just a stat modifier to the enemies, changes nothing. Anyway, that'll be me.